In this video, we're going to show you some of the data mining functionality and analytics functions that make Mosaic so powerful and easy to use. And we're going to choose an interesting topic. We're going to look at it in terms of MP's expenses over 2012 and 2013. Now, when I go to open a file in Mosaic, I can go to the drop-down menu here and choose my file source. Mosaic can read in Mosaic Analyzer files, Excel files, text files, CSV files, any SAP source or open document spreadsheet. Here we're going to look at a CSV file. And I'm going to choose the MP's expenses over 2012 and 13. Now I get prompted with this text import wizard. This basically just allows me to choose a coding, although most of these choices are done automatically. But if I wanted to, I could change the coding, and as you can see here, I get a preview of it. So if I go to ANSI, I can make sure that I am pulling in the right kind of data. I can also determine what field names and where the data begins. I'm going to press OK. Mosaic has done some work and is highlighting a number of formatting issues that might affect my analysis. And there we go. So now we have the data from a CSV file into Mosaic. And very quickly, I can get a single overview of the data. And as you can see here on the left, I have MP's name, their constituency, and the category of the claim, and the expense type. If I move down, I can also see the amount paid, and this is highlighted as a formatting issue. And the amount claimed. Now, very easily, Mosaic allows us to go into the data and start looking at the MP's constituencies, but perhaps more interestingly, the MP's names. Now, on the right hand side here, I have the number of claims each MP made, and I can put this into descending order. So, for example, we can look at Lawrence Robertson and see that he made 1,277 claims, and I can click in. Now that I'm here, I can see that Lawrence Robinson, Tewkesbury constituency, the type of claims that he made, so here we have accommodation, office costs, but the vast majority, denoted by how large this cell is for travel. So again, I can click in there. Here we've got congestions, charging, food, own car, his own vehicle, and here's some parking and taxis. Again, we can look at his mileage, and we're slowly filtering through the data until we reach a level at which we're comfortable with analysis. If I go to the top level again, I can start adding some analytics to this. So, for example, very easily, I can do the sum of the amount claimed by the MP's name. I'll interpret any missing values as 0. New attribute. Now, as you can see, we're hosted with a number of illegible numbers here. So again, I can go to define new attribute, summary, and say give me a ranking. I can put this into ascending order. So basically here we have the first all the way to the last MP. Now what I can do is say who are our top 10 spending MPs. And there we go. Alistair Carmichael all the way down to Alan Reed. What we can also do at this stage is say, well, what are they spending all this money on? So again, If we go down to category, I can define a new attribute, summary, sum of amount claimed by category. As you can see, the vast majority of it is travel. And again, I can put this into ascending or descending order. And again, if I look into Alistair Carmichael, we can see that he spent almost £53,000 in travel over 2012-2013. What I'm going to do now is try and find out where an MP has made a claim but has not been paid out. Again, very easy in Mosaic. We have the amount claimed and we have the amount paid. What I do here is define a new attribute, go to our Formula tab and insert a function, and I'm going to use an if function. So I'm going to say if the amount claimed is equal to the amount paid, return a yes. If it's not, return a no. Again, we're going to interpret missing values as 0, and we're going to create the new attribute. As you can see, the vast majority of these claims have been paid out. But if I click on my filter button, I can see that 535 haven't been. Again, I can zoom into this and take a bit of a further look. So of the claims that haven't been paid out, our top 10 ranking MPs, David Morris, all the way down to Ivan Lewis. And again, a pretty even spread across office costs, travel and accommodation. But as you can see, very quickly we can start gaining a picture about the data that we see without any coding or any pre-preparation. Now what I can do very quickly is show you some of the reporting functionality. Let's see what the generic breakup of MP's expenses are as a pie chart. What I do here is say I want my x-axis to be category and my y-axis to be the sum of the amount. And I can label it, draw it, and there we go. We get a breakdown of what the MPs are spending their money on. Again, if we want to look at that in terms of ranking, we can look at the top 5, and all we have to do here is refresh this chart, or if I toggle this button, now when I zoom in or out, this graph automatically recalculates. So again, I can go anywhere on the Infoscape and start powering my graphical visualizers. I can also create lists. So again, if I click on the tabular function, I can choose columns. So for example, I can choose MP's name, the category, and the amount they claimed. Add these here. And as you can see, I've now categorized them. I can choose a category and drop it down up here. And I can get an overview of all the MPs that have claimed under accommodation, miscellaneous expenses, of which there is 1, office costs, staffing, startup, and travel. I hope that gave you some insight into what Mosaic can do. Thank you very much.